Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm really glad to see you here again, and today will be probably one of the most interesting videos that I ever filmed, or at least one of the most thrilling, exciting topic to talk about, not only for me but also for you all who are watching this, because today I will share with you my personal experience of working as a dentist, and also will tell you why I decided to quit my job as a dentist and not to work as a dentist anymore. And of course, this topic is really exciting because in the society where I'm originally coming from, being a dentist was considered kind of prestigious job, highly paid job, just like cool job, one of the greatest jobs that a person can probably have, and of course also was associated with some kind of social status and stuff like that. And everyone in my family was really happy that I decided to become a dentist, and was also proud of me when I was graduating medical school. So yeah, and for now I decided that I don't want to continue working as a dentist, and today I will tell you why. And the first reason, which is clear and obvious for you all who watched already few of my videos and already know that I recently moved to another country, to Germany, is that I just moved to another country, so I had to quit my job. So this is how it works. So you quit your previous job, you move to another country, and then you get yourself another job, new job. So this is how it works. It is what it is. So there was no other option for me if I wanted to move, but to quit my previous job. So that's kind of funny, clear and obvious, as I said, but it's not the only reason. And of course, after quitting my job in Latvia and moving to Germany, I have possibilities and opportunities to work here in Germany, and I just have to learn German to a proper level and then to get my approbation. But honestly, I don't know how long and how hard the process is for me, because I'm a European Union citizen who graduated from the European Union University and received this like international diploma, so there shouldn't be any big problems with that, because as we were said, at least that our diploma is admitted in the other European Union countries, and also, as far as I know, foreigners who come to our university to get their degrees also have like no problems, because otherwise why would they go? And in the year when I was graduating, we also had a lot of people from Germany who were graduating, and as far as I know, they are working now in Germany, so there shouldn't be like a big problem. Of course, if we are speaking about medicine and if we are speaking about dentistry, I probably will have to receive some special admission certificate, so just to get my approbation. But there shouldn't be that much problems that face other people from the countries that Germany consider third countries, that like who are not Germans and who are not European citizens. So I have that opportunity to become a dentist here in Germany to get my approbation, but for now I'm not interested in that, as I already mentioned a few times. And the first reason why I am not interested in job of the dentist for now is that I am really tired of working as a dentist. And I can say that it's fully my fault, because for the last 1 year I worked like really long hours. I worked 10 hours a day, and I choose to do it myself because I wanted to have like more free days on the week, because I feel like I need some days on the week when it's like my days off. So I chose to work just 3 days a week. but every day that I worked, I chose to work like 10 hours so I can earn a decent amount of money, and at the same time I can have those 3 days on a week. So basically I had 3 working days and I had 4 day offs, like weekends, and also 2 days on a week. And at the start I was really satisfying because I had to go to work or just go out from my house just 3 days a week. So it was just 3 days that I go to work, and I work, and then I have four days when I can rest, when I can relax, when I can spend time on my hobbies and stuff like that. And everything was working pretty well, and I was totally satisfied until the moment that I became really like burnout. And of course we started with the small vacations, so I took day offs, I took vacations, and I spent my time to rest, and it became like a little bit better. But it was like just the first week after vacation, which was kind of fine, and then it started all over again, that I became really exhausted. I had like no energy, and also I just didn't want to go to work, and it was really hard. And for the last 2 months or 3 months, when I already knew that I will probably quit, and when I already decided that yes, I should probably try to go to Germany and try to change something, I was like really burnout, and I was exhausted. And every morning when I woke up, I had that feeling like, why am I doing that to myself? Why am I doing? And it's just like I'm asking myself why I am doing that to me, because it hurts, like it's unbearable. And sometimes it became so bad that after waking up, after having this inner dialogue with myself, why I'm doing this to myself, I was just feeling sick and wanted to like vomit. And this was how my body felt about this job, and what my body thought about us to go to work. So that was crazy. And honestly, at that moment, I understood that it's not good and I have to change something. And I knew already that I probably will quit soon, because I was already decided that I want to try to go to Germany. I just needed to decide where was the best time, exact time, when I want to move, like before summer starts or after the summer. I just had to decide. So it was just like a question of time. And before I wanted to make that decision, I wanted to go on the vacation. Like I took 2 weeks off to rest properly, to enjoy my time. And then after that time, I thought that I could decide what I want to do, if I am capable of working like 2 or 3 months more, or I need to quit right now. And just the first day when I got back to work after this like kind of long vacation, I understood that nothing changed and I just want to quit. So I thought that okay, maybe I should work just like 1 week and then decide. And then I understood that if I decide to try like again and again, just hoping that it will get better, then I'm just wasting my time. And after like before you are quitting, in Latvia at least, I think in other countries also, maybe also in Germany. So before you are quitting, it was written in the laws that you should inform your boss like 1 month before you are leaving. So I'm informing my boss, and then I'm working 1 more month, and then I am free. So if I'm waiting like 1 more week and 1 more week, so maybe it gets better after the time. So I'm just wasting my time, and when I decide that that's all, I can't take it anymore, it's unbearable, so then I have 1 more month to work. And that thought just changed everything. I understood that after 1 month, if I will have to work like plus 2 or 3 weeks, while those weeks that I like just artificially created while thinking that it could be better, could get better. So I will hate myself that I needed to work like 2 or 3 more weeks instead of just going today and informing my boss and telling that I am quitting after 1 month, and then I am working like I should do 1 month, and that's all. And if I artificially create for myself like 1 or 2 or 3 weeks, I will really hate myself because it's already unbearable. I should do it like before going to vacation, but then I thought that maybe I'm just tired. So, because I like my job. It's like really interesting, but I like dentistry. I like working as a dentist, and it's like all the problems to go to work. And when I'm at work, I am a little bit like talking with my assistant, and we are sharing our news and discussing something interesting, because I always had like the best assistants in the world. So we always became like kind of friends. And then my patients with whom I had really great relationships, and I did my job and everything was fine, and I felt like, wow, everything is so good. I like my job. Yeah, but every day the same thing, and then I started just to hate everything. So, well, I'd say that it was the only thing that I could do for my mental health, because I was really emotionally exhausted, as you can understand. And at that moment, it was just like, it's life and I have to do something with that. And I did something with that. I knew that it's not like I'm just watching myself dying inside. I'm doing something, I'm changing something, and that was fine. But after like 2 months, when I remember those feelings, and I tell, for example, a friend how I felt at that moment of time, and I understand that it's not normal. I also understood that at those moments, like, I knew that it's not normal to feel that way after going to work or before going to work. And but for now, it like how I worked and even thought about that I can wait like 1 or 2 more weeks before deciding. I just had to quit really before my vacation. I knew that. But of course I had a lot of stress, because changing your life like this, it's like unique experience. And of course I was afraid like to make a wrong decision. So yeah, but it was it was like that. For now everything is like much more better, and I feel great, and I understand that probably for now I have to take a rest from dentistry. I don't need to go back. I have to rest. I have to spend my time how I want it to be, and then after some time, maybe if I will miss dentistry and if I would like to work as a dentist, then I will get my approbation, and then I will probably work short hours, because I already seen that dental clinics here in Germany, they don't work like in Latvia. You can find a lot of clinics who work like from 8 in the morning till 8 in the evening, or 9 in the evening, or even as long as you need. So for example, one of my friends worked in clinics where they have a patient with a great amount of things to do, and they can start patient at 7 p.m. because the patient just finishes his work at 6 and can be in the clinic by 7. And then at 7 p.m. they start work, and they do a lot of surgery and prosthetics, and they finish when it's 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. or even after midnight. Yeah, I heard that situation, and I think maybe here in Germany also are those clinics that work like specifically on the patient, but the biggest amount that I already saw, they work like normal working hours. There is no like overload. Another reason you think it's probably enough for me not to continue work as a dentist, but another reason, yeah, I have few reasons. Another reason why I don't want to continue working as a dentist, even if I'm fine after some time and can go back to work, is because being a dentist is a really stressful job. It's a highly stressful job, and I don't know if you know, but dentists are among the top 3 of the professions with the highest suicide rates, because working as a doctor and working as a dentist is a really stressful job with a lot of responsibility, and it's hard. It's hard because we are always trying to give our patients the best treatment options, and of course dentistry is kind of expensive thing. I think no one will argue that dentistry is like one of the most expensive fields of medicine. So there are a lot of stress because when people receive their treatment plans, there are usually a lot of drama, because especially in Latvia, because people in Latvia don't have like insurances. Here in Germany, I know you can't live in Germany without having at least a basic insurance. Like you are paying for your insurance, or someone is paying for your insurance, your like partner and someone else. So you have to have at least the cheapest one, the basic insurance, as far as I know. But in Latvia, it's not working like that. You cannot work, you probably are not paying taxes. If you are not working and you are not paying taxes, you are still eligible for a governmental medical help. Of course, you have to pay like a small fee. Sometimes it's like 2 euros, sometimes it's around 5 euros, but all the other bill pays the government, so any citizen of Latvia is eligible for that. But the dentistry is the department, like the field of medicine, which is totally private in Latvia. So there's like no governmental dentistry in Latvia, it's all private. So you can't receive a dental help for free. You have to pay money, and as you understand, a lot of money. And most of the people in Latvia don't have insurances. Insurances are like private things, and usually people are not buying insurances like for themselves. It's like their job that offers insurance, and not every job, not every company offers you an insurance. And usually when you get an insurance, it's not like it covers 100% of the procedure. The fanciest insurances that I saw, like working as a dentist, they covered like just half of the bill, and the other half you have to pay yourself. So it's kind of pricey and really expensive, and we are coming to the situation when you are not only thinking about the best treatment option, the most precise diagnosis for that patient and the best treatment option, but you are also thinking about if patients can afford that. And sometimes if patient can afford it, we still have to help somehow, because we are not like... And I remember that when I was studying in a dental school, some of the teachers, who all of course are dentists, and some of the teachers from previous generations, they may joke that drill, fill, bill, like it's like, I don't know, American joke about that you just drill something, fill the cavity with material, and then you send patient to the checkout so they can pay the bill. And it's not really working like that, because we are thinking about our diagnosis, about treatment options, and of course we want to offer the best, but patients usually are not satisfied with the prices and with the treatment plan. And sometimes when you tell the patient that we have no other options, but we have to remove some tooth or something like that, it's a painful experience. And working as a young doctor is just another topic, because as a young doctor, some of the patients that come, it's just small percentage. It's really small percentage, but some of the people come and they are not believing you because you are a young doctor, and they are assuming that you have no enough experience for doing that and for that diagnosis. Of course, most of the people, I'd say like 98% of people, they are adequate and they understand that if they come to a good clinic and there is a young doctor, then the administration of clinic probably checked all the diplomas, all the certificates, and this doctor is eligible to work. I'm responsible for all my work that I do and for all my diagnosis. So if I'm telling that, then it's that. Well, it's just another topic, but working as a young doctor, it's also sometimes hard. So being a dentist is not like the most easiest job. It's stressful. Of course, it's not. Of course, I can't compare it to another jobs, like when you have to work hard physically or you have to work outside, like no matter rain or just heat, 30 plus degrees. So of course, every job is hard in some way. And I remember that my father always said me when I was just deciding what I want to do, and studying dentistry was my personal decision, but it's like the coincidence that my father always also wanted me to become a dentist, and he always told me how he sees like I'm a young beautiful doctor sitting in the nice white coat with the gloves and everything is sterile in the white room, and I'm just doing like something inside the mouth, so everything is so calm and pretty, and you just do something like fast in the mouth of the patient, and then you send patient to a checkout and he pays like enormous amount of money, and you are young and beautiful and successful and stuff like that. It's like from the perspective of patient, I guess, because sometimes we have to remove teeth, sometimes we really work hard, but it's like not the worst part. Like being physically trained is also important in dentistry, but the stress levels are just huge, and I never expected them to be so. And maybe if I would be like doctors who are not really interested in their jobs, they are just doing something and not getting like deep into the problem. But you know, young doctors are not like that, and most of my classmates from the dental school, they are also experiencing the same things. They are also feeling this huge responsibility and trying to do the best that they can do and trying to save all the teeth that they can say, not just extract. And when we say that we have to remove, then it's like no other option. Yeah, the stress levels are the highest, and as I said, job of the dentist is in the top 3 of professions with the highest suicide rates, which is nothing really pleasant and we don't want to get there. So yeah, this was the second reason. Another reason is not that serious and that dramatic that the previous two, but I felt like being a dentist always limited me in the options of how I can look. Like I can put a bold makeup or I can't color my hair like bold colors, because even though society now is like evolved a lot and there is no problem for doctors to work with piercings, with tattoos and other stuff, so and everyone is starting to accept that it doesn't matter how a person looks, but what's important is the knowledge and experience and skills and other stuff. So the person can be a professional in some field but still can look how it wants to look. But working as a dentist in a good dental clinic, it's usually are not allowed even to paint your nails, like just like some pretty nice light colors, know that, and also the minimal amount of makeup and the normal color of hair. So it was a little bit suppressing because I always felt like I want to have colorful hair, and I like doing my makeup, and I like to put a different makeups, and I don't want to like be judged how professional I am because I'm putting like a red lipstick on or something like that. Of course, as I said, people are starting slowly to understand that there is nothing wrong with the people who are looking like specifically like have bold hair colors or piercings and stuff like that, but it was still hard for me. And also my job as a dentist was not limiting me only in how I look, it was also limiting me in how I behave. Like I said, that if you are like a doctor, if you are like no matter if you are dentist or just another doctor, you have to be like a doctor. It's not like it's still funny how people like understand that people who are working as some professionals are still just normal people in the real life, but for some reason I still feel like sometimes it's unacceptable. Like I can behave like a normal girl of my age, like do some stupid things like being crazy and funny and stuff like that because I'm a doctor. And of course, dental clinics have reputation, and also doctors have reputation. And if you are posting something on the social networks which is totally acceptable for the person who is working in the other industry, so for the dentist it's like, wow, you are a doctor. And of course you can say that it does not exist, but I've worked there. And I see that we have a huge part of community who are like progressive and who understand how it goes and develops, and that it's fine, that everyone is a person and we are all the same, and we are having not just job but also private life when we can do whatever we want and express ourselves how we want. But still we have this huge part of community who are not that progressive and who are saying like, you shouldn't behave like that. So I'd say that it's really limiting. And of course one of the most painful things for me was that I'm limiting in my working place. Like nowadays we have a lot of jobs that you can do from your home office, or you can travel and all your working stuff is in your laptop, and you can manage doing your job just from any place in the world. And my job is nothing like that, even though I would like to have a job that I can just have in my computer and then open it and do something. And no matter where I am, in Latvia, in Germany, or any other place in the world. But being a dentist, I'm really limited in that because my workplace is like my workplace. I'm working in the clinic, and of course people are making appointments up front. So if I want to plan something like spontaneously, I can do that because people are making appointments up front and they are waiting in the line to get an appointment to visit a dentist. And it's so sad because sometimes I want to do something spontaneously, and and I just can't go on vacation or just live in another country and still be a dentist, because in any other country I have to know the language and I have to have some kind of certificate, approbations that I am allowed to work on the territory of this country. So it's possible as a dentist, I can move to another country and get my license, like new license to work, and then work. But it's not like I'm just for 2 or 3 months just for a vacation and at the same time I can do my working things. It's not like that, and it upsets me a lot because I'd like to travel more and I like to experience other countries. So the job of dentist is also limiting me in that, and it's sad, a little bit sad. And those things I understood only a few years ago, because when I chose to be the dentist, I had another priorities. I was just like 18 years old and I knew like nothing about the life. I never earned money, and just from my background and my experience, I just knew that I should get a job which is like for what I can easily qualify and use my potential the most, because I was like a straight A student in school, let's say, and I had a great potential and I could choose just another job. And I, of course, wanted a job that I can like qualify good and use all my potential, and also to get paid adequate amount of money. And of course I had those values and I choose from those values. But for now, after working for some years in dentistry, I understand that I have a little bit another values for now, and I always had, but I just had no option to experience it until I started to work in a clinic. So there was no other option just to experience it, to feel it on my skin, and then to understand that it's not quite a right thing for me to do. And with all that being said, I also wanted to mention that for now I feel like I am not really interested in studies in dentistry. Like, I know as a young doctor I have a lot of things to experience, a lot of new techniques to learn, a lot of new materials to try. And of course I can do not only like making restorations and the root canal treatments, I also can do prosthetics, and I am eligible to do that. And I also can perform some kind of surgery, like to remove teeth and actually put in like implants. I can do a lot, and I have a lot of fields of dentistry from what I can choose, and I actually like everything. It's not like I am choosing to work with children, which is really hard, or I'm choosing just to do prosthetics, or I'm choosing just to be like a surgeon. I like everything. I like really everything that dentistry can offer, because usually, of course, I was making fillings, restorations, and doing root canal treatments, and some of the simple surgery like extract teeth, like remove teeth. And sometimes when I was just restoring teeth, like putting fillings or doing a root canal treatment, sometimes I would say to my assistant like, well, it was a long time since we had like some prosthetic work, or it was a long time since we had some surgery. I would really like to remove some like interesting tooth, like wisdom tooth or something like that. Or after appointment with the child, we would be also excited. So we haven't had an appointment with children like for a few weeks, for example, because it was usually random, and I loved everything, and I can't really choose what I want to study. And at some point I decided that I don't have to choose, and the clinic where I was studying was also for that, because they needed me to be able to perform any kind of procedure. Of course, I am not making some like surgical stuff, like it's like another level. We had like just perfect surgeons in our clinic, but at the same time I just felt like I like doing everything. And at the same time that I don't want to learn something new, I don't want to develop me as a dentist. And sometimes I thought that I need to study something new to get better. And I just didn't want, and I understand like after a graduation, it was like, I thought that like, okay, I just graduated from university and I got my degree, and of course I studied a lot, and after all the exams and all the certifications, I got my degree, I got my license, and that of course I need some time to rest from that, because I was in the university for 5 years and I studied hard for all 5 years, and that I need like a half a year just to chill, just to not study anything, and after that I can start to search for some courses, from some educational programs that I can do to receive more knowledge and more skills, like to develop as a dentist. But even after 2 years it was like, I don't want to do that. And for now I understand that to get my approbation in Germany, I will probably have to do something. Like, I will have to study the language, not only just everyday German, but also medical German, and also studying how the procedures are done in Germany, because of course there will be like some things that are similar but not the same. And I feel like I don't want to invest my energy in that to get to know it again, or to study something more, or study again the stuff that I already studied. I just don't want that. I don't know. And I understand that, yeah, if I'm not interested in that, and if I don't want to invest my energy and my time in that, then probably for now I should leave that idea and concentrate on something else, because I am the person who is interested in a lot of things in the world, and not only dentistry and medicine. Yeah, medicine was one of the things that I was really passionate in school. So I studied biology, I studied chemistry, and it was easy for me. It wasn't hard for me, it was easy. And when we were studying biology, my favorite topics were about human body, about genetics and stuff like that. It was not about plants or about animals or anything like that. Ecology, even though I also like ecology, but I was a fan of human body, and that's why I chose medicine. Yeah, but at that point of time I didn't know what to expect from that, because some things, as I already mentioned, I understood only after working as a dentist for quite a long time. So yes, it's like probably everything that I wanted to say. Of course, I already mentioned that it's not like my final decision. I can make up my mind anytime, and I can decide that I want to go back to dentistry, that I miss dental clinics and I miss patients and I miss all the manipulations that we do. Of course, it can happen. For now, I don't see it happening, but it's always a possibility, because I already invested a lot of time and energy from my life to become a dentist and to gain some kind of experience. So if I'd like to use that in the future, it's fine, I can do that. But if I won't use it, so it's also fine, not a big deal. I'm really open about any other possibility that can go into my life. So that was my story. Thank you for watching. Though the video is already too long, and if you watched till this moment, thank you a lot. I'm happy that that was interesting for you, and if you have some questions, you can leave them in the comments. Have a nice day and see you in the next videos. Bye!